The first scene opens with a warm, golden Manila sunset casting long shadows across the narrow, bustling streets. Young Juan walks slowly along the uneven pavement, his worn-out school bag hanging loosely from his shoulder. The air is filled with familiar sounds, jeepneys rumbling past, vendors calling out prices, and children laughing as they chase each other barefoot through the alleys. Despite the noise and movement around him, Juan remains quiet and focused, humming softly to himself as if the world fades when he sings. His clothes are simple, slightly faded, showing the reality of his upbringing, yet his eyes shine with a quiet determination. Every few steps, he glances at small details around him, the sari-sari store light flickering, a tricycle driver waving at a friend, clothes swaying gently on laundry lines above him. These everyday sights define the only world he has known, a world full of struggle but also warmth and community. As Juan walks, the evening sun lights up his face, highlighting the innocence and hope he carries despite his challenges. Passers-by smile at him, recognizing him as the polite boy who loves to sing. He passes a group of kids playing with homemade toys, and for a moment, he pauses, listening to their laughter before continuing his journey. Music flows naturally from him, almost like breathing, and though he doesn't realize it, his voice brings a subtle calm to the busy street. This small, ordinary walk becomes a glimpse into his life, a life filled with hardship, dreams, and a talent waiting to be discovered. Juan climbs carefully to the rooftop of his small, weathered home as the golden evening sky stretches across Manila. The rooftop is simple, patched concrete, a few clay pots with wilting plants, and a broken speaker propped against the low wall. He grips a makeshift microphone, fashioned from an old plastic tube and a small wire mesh, and takes a deep breath before beginning to sing. His voice, pure and soulful, carries over the narrow streets below, weaving through the sounds of the bustling city. The last rays of sunlight catch the edges of his hair, giving him an almost ethereal glow against the fading sky. From the doorway below, his mother watches with quiet pride, her hands resting on the wooden frame as she smiles softly, knowing her son's gift is extraordinary even in their humble surroundings. The gentle evening breeze ruffles Juan's shirt as he closes his eyes, letting every note pour from his heart. Each phrase of the song is filled with emotion, hope, longing, and the innocence of youth, resonating far beyond the small rooftop. Around him, the neighborhood is settling into the evening. Children's laughter fades as families prepare dinner, and the distant honk of a jeepney punctuates the melodic silence. Yet Juan's voice rises above it all, a striking contrast to the ordinary environment. This quiet, intimate moment captures the essence of his talent and determination, a poor boy with nothing but his voice and a dream, standing on a rooftop in Manila, ready to share his soul with the world. Backstage at America's Got Talent, Juan stands in the shadows, clutching a small, worn charm from his mother, a token of luck and love. The bright stage lights spill from behind the curtain, creating a sharp contrast with the dim, cramped backstage area. Other contestants pass by, dressed in flashy costumes, exuding confidence and excitement. Juan shifts nervously, his hands fidgeting with the charm as he takes in the scale of the production, the towering cameras, buzzing crew members, and the hum of the audience beyond the curtain. His heart races as he hears the announcer call his name. For a moment, he closes his eyes, taking a deep breath, trying to quiet the whirlwind of anxiety and anticipation inside him. Memories of his life in Manila flash through his mind, the narrow streets, the rooftop where he practiced, his mother's proud smile, and he feels a surge of determination. The backstage crew gestures for him to step forward, and he moves slowly, every step heavy with nervous energy but guided by the hope and passion he's carried all his life. As Juan reaches the edge of the stage, the curtain parts slightly, and he catches his first glimpse of the enormous audience. The applause and chatter hit him all at once, almost overwhelming, but he stands tall, clutching the microphone, ready to pour his heart into the song. In this quiet, tense backstage moment, the contrast between his humble beginnings and the grandeur of the stage highlights the incredible journey he is about to take, one performance that could change everything. Juan steps onto the brightly lit AGT stage, his small frame almost swallowed by the grandeur of the set. The audience's chatter fades into a tense silence as he grips the microphone, his fingers trembling slightly. For a heartbeat, he hesitates, taking in the vast crowd, the glaring spotlights, and the judges seated with expectant expressions. Then, he opens his mouth, and the first note escapes, pure, clear, and filled with raw emotion. The sound immediately cuts through the space, mesmerizing everyone in the room. Simon Cowell leans forward, eyes wide, a mix of surprise and intrigue on his face. Heidi Klum covers her mouth, her gaze fixed on Juan, unable to hide her astonishment. The audience sits frozen for a moment, captivated by the intensity and maturity of his voice, before slowly erupting into applause. Juan's confidence grows with each note, his body swaying gently to the rhythm as he pours his heart into the performance. The camera pans across the judges and audience, capturing the mix of shock, admiration, and awe. Every word Juan sings resonates with authenticity, telling the story of his journey from the streets of Manila to this glittering stage. The emotional weight of his performance is palpable, even the crew behind the cameras pause, holding their breath. By the time the final note leaves his lips, the audience is on its feet, the room vibrating with thunderous cheers, and Simon Cowell's expression has transformed from surprise to unmistakable pride, signaling that something extraordinary is unfolding before everyone's eyes. As Juan finishes the final, soul-stirring note, the audience erupts into thunderous applause, their cheers echoing throughout the arena. Confetti cannons ignite, showering the stage in a cascade of golden glitter that sparkles under the bright spotlights. Simon Cowell rises from his chair, a broad, proud smile spreading across his face, and slams the golden buzzer with a decisive, celebratory press. The sound of the buzzer reverberates through the hall, signaling a moment of triumph and recognition for Juan's incredible talent. Tears stream down Juan's face as he looks up in disbelief, the reality of the achievement washing over him. The camera captures his raw emotion, his hands shaking slightly as he clutches the microphone, still processing the life-changing moment. From the audience, his mother rushes onto the stage, wrapping her arms around him in a tight, joyful embrace. Her face glows with pride, reflecting the culmination of years of support, sacrifice, and belief in her son's dream. The judges rise, clapping enthusiastically, their expressions a mix of awe and admiration. The crowd continues to cheer, some standing, others wiping away tears, all moved by the young boy's journey and performance. The stage glows with golden light, confetti sparkling around Juan and his mother, capturing the magic and emotion of the moment. This scene immortalizes the transformation of a humble Filipino boy from the streets of Manila into a celebrated talent, his voice and determination earning him a place in the hearts of millions around the world.